Hello, guys. How are you all? I hope everyone is doing well at home for the preparation of this exam, UGC NET as well as SET exam, going to be conducted this year. So, friends, in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the important types of criticism, literary criticism. Some of the major types are there, which I'm going to give you an important fact regarding each and every type. So that fact or that concept will help you a lot for understanding this particular type of criticism. There are different types, but I have enlisted here 9 different types. Major types I have included here for your consideration. So let's begin with the first type. So that is mimetic criticism. So what does it mean? First of all, when we talk about mimetic criticism, it is a kind of imitation or representation of the world and human life that is named as mimetic criticism. So imitation is very important term here, or representation of the world or human life. Then it derives from the teaching of Aristotle. So Aristotle's teaching was important for this mimetic criticism. It is derived from his teaching actually, and Plato and Aristotle, both both figures are very important for this particular type of criticism, mimetic criticism. Then when we talk about pragmatic criticism actually evaluates a work of art in terms of its effects on the reader. So applicability of criticism we can talk about here. So evaluation of a work of art in terms of its effects, how it does its effects on the reader, that is important here. And it judges the value of work here. It is found in recent works. Right now we can see this type of criticism. Then expressive criticism is there. Expressive criticism views a work of art as primarily an expression of the spirit, ideas, beliefs, values, or emotions of its creator. So a creator, the writer or author or poet is there who just create his work, literary work. Okay, so the analysis of that work, analysis of his spirit, ideas, and beliefs, whatever he has defined there, whatever he has described there, the values and emotions and feelings of that creator, that is analyzed here in this particular type of criticism. It is interpreted here. So basically, it views a work of art as primarily as an expression of that particular creator, and it defines poetry as an expression or overflow of feelings. So for poetry, for poem, it is defining that it is an expression or overflow of emotions or feelings of the poet. It judges poet's imagination here while criticizing that particular work. Then it is found in romantic critics. So that was about expressive criticism. Now, objective criticism. Objective criticism particularly views the work of art as an autonomous and self-contained object. Then it deals with the constructive feedback using only unbiased opinions and facts instead of emotion or personal preference. So it is not there, personal preference or bias is not there while doing such type of criticism or criticizing the people or their works. Okay, further in the last line you can see it analyzes the texts or people for suggesting them improvements without making it personal. So without making it personal, it just analyzes, it just interprets. Okay, it just examines or criticizes the texts or the people for the purpose of suggesting them improvements for the future. Then historical criticism is there. It views the work of art as a product of the period. When we talk about historical criticism, it is talking about the history, the texts written in the historical periods in the past, we can say. So it investigates the origins of ancient or past texts in order to understand the world at that time, the contemporary time. Okay, so that is to be understood here by this particular criticism. It describes the world behind the text, the world which was behind that particular text, because every text is written as per the social situation prevailing there at that time. So that particular situation is described by the author or the poet, and the criticism of this historical criticism interprets that particular situation with the help of those texts written by those authors at that time. So the world behind the text. Then new historicism is a form of such historical criticism. So when we talk about the new historicism, it is a one type of such historical criticism. Then didactic criticism. When we talk about didactic criticism, it is also known as didacticism. Okay, one its name is like that, didacticism. It is also known like that. And what does it do? So it interprets work of art in terms of moral, ethical, or political messages that they convey. So the messages the texts are conveying. Okay, so whether these messages are moral, ethical, or political, so the aspects behind that particular message given by, or just the message is hidden in the texts, it is criticized here by this particular type. Then it is criticism for work that appears to be overburdened with instructive, factual, or otherwise educational information. So it is a type of criticism which is for the work that appears to be overburdened. It is overburdened with instructive, some instruction is given there, some factual information is given there, or sometimes it is educational. So such things are conveyed by such texts, and that those texts are criticized. So that form of criticism is known as didactic criticism. Then another one is there, biographical criticism, very simple one but very important one at the same time. So it deals with the biographical data, biographical details of the authors, of the writers, poets. It analyzes biography and of an author to show his relation with the works of literature that he or she has written. So biography of that particular author, whether he is an author or a poet. Okay, so a female author or a male author, so the relation with the works of literature, their own works, it is described here, it is analyzed here. So it analyzes a literary work as a reflection of its author's life and time, the time when it was written by that particular author. So the relation between both and the reflection of the author in his works. Then when we talk about its example, so one example I have written here, Dr. Samuel Johnson's Lives of the Poets, published or written between 1779 and 81. So this particular work is very important because it is a biography of many poets of the English literature. And Dr. Johnson has done very well in this particular biography. So what he did here, he just criticized, he just reviewed all the poets, and he just narrated the details. So this is very important example, Lives of the Poets. Then feminist criticism is there. It is based on women's social, political, economic, and psychological oppression. So when the women are oppressed at any time, socially, politically, economically, or psychologically, so such the texts written on the basis of such oppression or their problems are named as feminist criticism. The texts written on that, analyzed by the critics, and such criticism is known as feminist criticism. Then there is very popular name we have, Ellen Showalter. Ellen Showalter coined one term, gynocriticism, which is very much associated with feminism or feminist criticism. It means the study of women as writers. Okay, it means study of women as writers. And it also examines the female struggle for identity and the social construct of gender. So, feminist criticism or gynocriticism examine the female struggle, the struggle done by the female women for their identity and for the social construct of gender. So, it is named as feminist criticism. There are plenty of examples for this particular type of criticism. I cannot name all here, but you can find them in my previous videos also on feminism. Then at the end, the ninth type of criticism is textual criticism. It is somewhat related with the historical criticism also, but it is very specific when we talk about the textual word. So it is associated with the identification of textual variants, versions of manuscripts or printed books. So text is important there. So textual versions or manuscripts are there, books are there. It is criticized. It tries to reconstruct the original text of a document. So in a way, it restores or establishes the original texts. So it just establishes the original texts or restores the texts into some different form or in new form, because the older texts are very old, so it should be restored in some or another way so that the new generation can have the benefit of those texts. So textual criticism, what does it do? It just restores the text in different form, and it just republishes or in different way, and in different nature they republishes the things. They're just reforming the things also. So here one example I have included, the Revised Standard Version of the Bible, which was published in 1952, and the New English Bible, which was published in 1970. And it is incorporating the readings of the Old Testament. Okay, in the same way, the New Testament also revised, or we can say restored, by this particular type of criticism. So the writers or the critics, what they are doing, they are just restoring the things. They are just establishing the original text in different form, in new form, for our reading purpose, for our benefit purpose. So that is textual criticism. Friends, that's all for this particular video. I tried to explain all the important types of criticism. If you know more than this, you can add by yourself while making the notes on this particular topic, types of criticism. You can add, or you can just Google, you can just go to the website, you can just refer the standard books. Okay, it doesn't matter for that, but I tried here my level best. And one more suggestion to you, friends, if you want to buy the standard books for this exam, UGC NET as well as set exam, for the same subject, you can go to the description, and in the description I have outlined the important books according to the units of the syllabus of English literature. You can follow those links and you can buy the books. I have suggested only the important and standard books which you can use for your preparation. So that's all for today. You can share my videos. You can also subscribe to this channel if you really like these videos. And very soon I am going to publish one or two important books for this purpose only. So keep in touch with my channel and with my Telegram and WhatsApp group. So thank you so much once again.